Hey everyone, this is Daniel. This is my Gecko video update blog for July the 14th, 2009. I know I've gotten used to this shirt. Actually, I got more than one of these shirts if you're wondering, so, I know, different day, different shirt. Looks the same, but it's not, believe me. Anyway, this is a Gecko related update because of two reasons. I'm going to start off first because this is very critical. There is a critical JavaScript vulnerability. It affects Firefox 3.5 and the chunk builds, and it also affects virtually all of the CMonkey 2.0 based builds, as well as the chunk builds for it being CMonkey 2.1. So Firefox 3.5, 3.5 1 pre, 3.6 alpha 1 pre, all are affected. CMonkey 2.0, virtually almost every version is affected of that, as well as 2.1 alpha 1 pre. A bug was discovered, matter of fact it was last week, in the JavaScript compiler, and it was disclosed publicly yesterday. That's why I'm mentioning this now. It is a critical vulnerability. It can be used to execute malicious code. Now, the impact from this is that it can be exploited by an attacker who wants to trick somebody into visiting a malicious web page that has exploit code in it. And the good news is the vulnerability can be disabled. Of course, to do so, hang on just a second. I gotta make sure where I am in the webcam. Okay. The way to disable this vulnerability is to go in Firefox or CMonkey, type in about config. You know that real well by now, of course. Type that in and type in the letters JIT in the filter box at the top of the configuration editor. Then double click or either right click and select toggle the option that says javascript.options.jit.content. That will change the setting to false or disable it. Now, I want everybody to know that by doing this, there will be decreased JavaScript performance. In other words, JavaScript will be as slow as it was, maybe a little bit faster, but about as fast as it was in Firefox 2.0 and CMonkey 1.1. So be prepared for that when you disable it. But please, for the sake of your computer security, until the issue is fixed, please disable this option so you don't get a virus. Or if you are bold enough to want to continue on, good luck. Hopefully you don't get one, because you know how people are, some people are nowadays. They can make a page look so real and trick you into viewing it, and it has malicious code on it, and you just never know until it hits you. Of course, once this problem is resolved, Firefox 3.5.1 should, I believe, have this fix in it, because basically Firefox 3.5.1 is going to be a fire drill release at this point. They're working to fix the issue. Once they have the fix, they'll release Firefox 3.5.1. Now, as for CMonkey 2.0 Beta 1, I don't know where I don't know how that's going to work out. The code freeze is still planned for tonight at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, or for those of you like me who live in the Central Time Zone, 1:59 a.m. Central Daylight Time on July the 15th. So, basically, when it relates to my optimized SeaMonkey builds, this goes into the second part of the update. The only thing I can do is to disable this option by default in my builds, and if you want to enable it, well, this is the instructions to re-enable it. It's basically the same thing as it is to disable it, except you either do double click it or right click and hit toggle, and it will change it from false to true, or in other words, enable JIT again. So they are working on a fix right now for this issue, and hopefully I really hope that this fix gets out very, very soon. But obviously, I will have another Gecko-related update tomorrow as it relates to whether or not SeaMonkey 2.0 Beta 1 and Thunderbird 3.0 Beta 3 did in fact code freeze. And of course, I'll have another update on this critical JavaScript vulnerability, because obviously it is something that people need to know about, and because it was disclosed publicly, people need to know. Of course, had this not been publicly exposed, then obviously I might not be talking about it right now. But yeah, that's pretty much how things go at this point. I'll have another update tomorrow, obviously July the 15th. That'll be on SeaMonkey 2.0 Beta 1 and Thunderbird 3.0 Beta 3's code freeze, and also whether or not candidate builds are made tomorrow, and whether or not I get an optimized SeaMonkey build out. But for anybody that are using my optimized SeaMonkey builds, also disable JIT. This doesn't affect just my optimized builds. It affects every single build that every person has ever made, official or unofficial, based off of Firefox 3.5 or newer, and virtually every build of SeaMonkey 2.0 after Alpha 1, I believe, and as well as the SeaMonkey 2.1 pre-Alpha 1 builds. But yeah, that's all I do have for right now. I am Daniel Jeter, and I will see you next time.